All right. Am I opening or are you? Have I got it?
Go
We didn't
ahead.
discuss this. Go ahead. Okay. You can see we're extremely prepared tonight for you guys, as always. First of all, put in the comments if you watched the Super Saturday event and put in your takeaways of, you don't have to put in one takeaway, just put in some takeaways that you got from watching the Super Saturday event, because we enjoyed putting that on for everyone. It was, I think, great timing with coming off of fleeing recently. So Christy wanted to have something together, everybody together to watch. And I personally think the training was amazing. I got a lot of great nuggets out of it. My favorite thing was you could not coach from the couch. And you talking about, I won't say hitting a chord, but maybe hitting a chord is, kind of brings you back to realization that you got to be in the trenches with your people. You got to lead by example. You got to be doing the things that they're doing or you're asking them to do. And you can't be a leader if you're coaching from the couch. So that was my biggest thing. And I've never heard it phrased that way. And I'm a big sports person. And so it really resonated with me, because that's true. You can't do the coaching from the couch. So, okay. Here we go. Here I'm going to kind of reading over some of these. The energy, it breeds energy. Absolutely, it does. Can't get these to pop up. Anyways, guys, we're excited to be here with you guys again. I'm glad we did put off last week to open up time for you guys to watch the live. And if not, hopefully you had time to go back and watch the recording of Super Saturday. If not, I believe the recording is in here, and it's at a bunch of different places. So if you missed it, please go back and watch Super Saturday. You're going to get something out of it. A lot of it is really designed around Founders Club, even though nobody really talked about Founders Club. Everything that was discussed is steps and things that will help you earn the Founders Club trip. So what we want to do right now is put in the chats of where your points are at. Put in here if you've earned it already, and if you've earned any of the upgrades, put that in as well. And while you guys are doing that, I've got the amazing Trudy from Alaska that's going to be joining us. And she has been on, I think, the last 3 or 4 Founders Club trips. And I can remember when she came in. She's not on my Alaska team, but I wish she was. I'll tell you that, because she's a Spitfire, and she has blown it up in Alaska. She has really grown throughout the years. And Trudy, correct me if I'm not wrong, I think you and I earned Founders Club at about the same time this year. I think we earned it in late January, maybe last day of the month in January. I can't remember exactly now.
I was in Mexico when I earned it.
In Cabo?
Yeah, in Cabo.
So you earned it before I did. Okay, so you earned it actually a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks before I did. So that is awesome. So do us a favor. Tell us what you've done, this year to earn it so quickly, and what you've done over the past years to earn Founders Club. What do you focus on? Give us some tips, give us your strategies, and encourage those who have not hit it yet to keep going for it.
Well, I work my butt off contacting people, because you can't just wait for people to come to you, although I'm going to share something about that here in a minute. I started off just wanting to get my products paid for. And next thing you know, Jamie was showing me how you earn the trip and all this kind of stuff. And all of a sudden I've got people getting quick starts and realize, oh, this is something I could actually do. And so then I made Founders Club my focus, helped people get their quick start, and not just waiting for them to decide they want to be a distributor, but as soon as they're talking about joining and purchasing a system or whatever they're purchasing, even if they're, just purchasing one product, when I start talking about making money, like I got one gal who was just going to come in and do collagen. And that's all she was going to get. And I was like, well, if you do the whole tummy tamer and, you have your other friends join you, that could actually, you get 4 friends to join you, you're going to pay for that tummy tamer. And she ended up getting a quick start because she wanted to pay for her tummy tamer. And she was only talking about collagen. So talking to people, and the term is upselling, but we're upselling for a good reason, because it's something that everybody needs. Health and wellness is crucial to life and breath itself. So I am not ashamed to upsell anything that we have. But basically every person who comes to me, or every person that I contact who comments on my stuff, anything that I post on Facebook, I look for those people who are commenting and I message them and hey, you want to learn more? Is there something about your health and wellness you would like help with? The other thing I did, which, the term is cold messaging, but still it's not just straight up cold because it's people I know. I went through and I messaged every friend. This is the first Founders Club trip I earned. I messaged every friend, people that I personally knew face to face on Facebook, and said, hey, have you seen what I'm doing? And, if they said yes or no, talk to them. But that is totally how everything blew up. Because once I started messaging those people, I went from manager to gold manager within like 30 days. Boom, earned my first trip to Utah. Of course, it was in the middle of COVID, so didn't get to take it for a while. But when you're focusing on earning Founders Club, your business is going to grow, and your rank is going to grow. But that, like I said, I focus on it with every person coming in and trying to get them to see the value in the business, showing them the value in the business, because they see all my, when I post, I go on a trip, you got to be on your social media. You have to be out there. You've got to be talking to people face to face, bringing it up in conversation, wearing your shirts. Of course, right now we're camp managers, so now I have my camp shirt on, but typically I will have, Zingular. Oh, I have pants on. I got my Zingular pants on. Something that says Zingular, or, talk about, when I was in Mexico, or when I was in Dominican Republic. That was that last trip I earned. And, just in conversation, it's just got to be like, it's just got to be flowing through your veins. If you want it, it's got to be flowing through your veins, and it's got to come out your mouth. It's got to come out your fingers on your keyboard and on your Facebook, on your Instagram. But this year, oh my gosh, it just kind of totally blew me away how fast it happened. I couldn't believe it. But it literally was just presenting the opportunity to every person who wanted to, no matter what they wanted to come in with, from collagen to an advanced. So let me help you get your products paid for. And don't be afraid to ask every person, oh my gosh, okay, you guys know what I missed out on because I did not ask her, because I assumed because she was 80 that she would not be interested in the opportunity. She came in with an advanced, and then she calls me 7 days later and goes, how do I do what you do? I missed out on double commission on an advanced, you guys. She's 80 years old. It didn't matter. I don't care. It's next. And I was like, the next 80-year-old who joins, I'm going to ask them, you want me to help you get your products paid for? Yeah. Oh my goodness. And so the other thing, paying attention to where your people are, especially when it comes to your unique accounts. So I've had, looking at my board here, 14 unique accounts. So I have all the unique accounts I need to earn the trip. I'm just still waiting for the points to catch up. But I had 7 people who rank advanced. And so paying attention to where they're at every month so you don't miss it. I had one gal who was this close to ranking from manager to silver manager by 200 points, and I didn't notice. because I wasn't paying attention. But she did it the next month because I started paying attention. But helping them, encouraging them, when we realized how close the next month, she was like 1,200 points away. And I was like, okay, we got to get you there because you were this close. So now we got to get you there. What do we need to do? And just talking to her and inspiring her to call people, to talk to people. When these product launches happen, that's another, boost to our business, talking to people. Like I get with my customers, and especially around here, people like to come and pick up stuff for me. So if I'm trying to help somebody, get to manager, if they, especially if it's around a product launch, be like, hey, who wants some collagen and free tax and shipping? And I have this manager order it to get her points up, or this almost manager to help her rank up. And so you got to think strategically sometimes. And then like the one gal, I was like, hey, let's, you order all this collagen these people are wanting, and I'm going to give you a free canister, things like that. But yeah, the other thing too that inspired me, well, I earned it in January, but we were in Cabo, and they offered the unique experience to go to Sundance again. If you had earned Founders Club, you could go on a special Sundance trip if you did all these things. And so I made my goal to earn that trip and do all these things. Even though I found out 2 weeks before the trip that I wasn't going to get to go, because my son was graduating from SWIC training school down at Coronado. And I just kept going. I just did it anyway. I was like, you know what? I don't care if I'm not going to get to go. I'm just going to do this because I'm just going to do this anyway. I ended up only being, I know, quit using the word only. I did not get the top 10. I was number 12, but, then I got the call that, oh, hey, these two people can't go, so you can go. And I was like, well, no, I can't. So whoever got 13 got to go anyway, but I did it regardless. I did all the things, but I just wasn't quite up there. But anyway, that's beside the point. But just making those, if you want to go on these trips, you got to make it your focus. That's got to be, it's got to be your goal. You got to have your board here. Let me show you my board. I know you can't see it. See my board.
And Trudy, that's what I was going to ask you, because you said you were looking at your board. So I'm assuming that is something that you have in front of you when you're working throughout the day. So you can look up.
It's my desk, my messy desk. Don't look at that.
That's all right. You can look up and you say, this is who I need to be working with. This is where the
it's right here. I've got my list of all my things I need to do every day. And then as I was keeping track of my Sundance trip, I had all my little tally marks for all my points and all my distributors and all my uniques. I had it on the little sticky note. And then I've got this other little sticky note over here, because as out of reach as it seems, I still am shooting for the Hawaii trip. So I even came home so this Hawaii experience that was offered is a huge deal. And I wrote it down in a book, what I needed to do to get it. And even though it seems like in my mind, I'm like, that seems so unattainable, I'm still going to shoot for it. It's like that old saying, shoot for the stars. You got to shoot for these trips. You can't miss these things. I'm telling you, it's like, if you've ever been to an event, if you've ever just been to an event, and you know what that does for you, and you know what that does for your business, how it makes you feel, just think about what going on one of these trips is going to make you feel like. So the first one I went on, my husband was like so skeptical. He's like, yeah, right. Sure. It's going to be everything paid for two. Well, it made a believer out of him. And even my 18-year-old son, who doesn't ever get to go anywhere. My son is autistic and doesn't like to fly. but both of them, like, they will tell people about the business. They'll be like, you need to talk to my wife. You need to talk to my mom. Get your family on your team, get them talking about what you do, looking for opportunities to share with people. Because like I said, this is something everybody needs. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed to, mention gut health to somebody. I mean, I had somebody, reach out to me that I was totally shocked by, that, needed some gut health help. And it was like, wow, she's such a health nut. I would have never even thought. I was like, oh, there's somebody else that I kind of forgot to reach out to.
So Trudy, I want to kind of recap, ask you a few things.
Okay.
One is your board there in front of you.
Uh-huh.
How important for you is it to have that in front of you to look at every day? Where would you be without that?
I would be logging in every day to look at my little Founders Club report. It would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
It's like keeping your grocery list on your refrigerator. How many of you go to the grocery store without a list?
Yeah.
I saw that hand.
And
I mean, you spend too much money when you go to the grocery store without a list.
Exactly. Yes. And so
it's like,
let me ask you something else. What does your daily routine look like? What I mean that is, what's your activities? What do you focus on every day when you're shooting for Founders Club, when you're continuing to earn the upgrades and all that?
Well, the first thing I do every day, besides wake up and take a shower, is I get on Facebook and I wish everybody a happy birthday who's having those birthday things, you guys. I'm telling you, I'll be wishing somebody happy birthday. Oh, I was meaning to talk to you. And that reminded them, and then they talked to me, and then they bought something, or they started something. And one of my gals that hit manager, that I wished her a happy birthday. Oh, I've been meaning to talk to you. So that's the first thing I do. And then checking in to see where everybody's at. Checking in with my distributors once a week. I have a chat and we chat a lot. Alaskans are interesting. They never have time to do anything in the summer because they're always outside. So right now we're not meeting by FaceTime because I can't seem to nail them all down, but we chat a lot. But checking in with them to see where they're at, sending out the project broadcast to all the customers once a month. I send out a project broadcast. And if there's a deal going on, I'll let them know about that. But I was using some different content that I was getting from Andrea Gunn. And then checking in with, just following up with people, checking in to see, who's doing their jump start, where they're at, checking in with them, especially the ones that have already joined as a partner. Let's use the right word. The ones that have joined as a partner, getting with them, who they're talking to, how many messages they've sent, and, the different chats that we're in. Hey, have you talked to so-and-so? Because they're not answering, following up. And it may seem like a lot on our end because we're following up with a lot of people, but you got to think on their end, it's not too much, when you're just talking to them, the ones who are in the jumpstart and you're talking to them, of course, you're going to talk to them every few days or every day. And then the ones who are just current customers, of course, you're going to check in with them. And to them, it's just like shooting somebody a text. Hey, how you doing? That is huge. You just follow up is huge. You can't just let somebody flounder out there. Check it in to see how they're doing. You ready to get your products paid for? Checking to see what they're ordering, so that you can talk about it. If they're knowing what they like. And sometimes, like before I contact them, I'll scroll back through the conversation and just kind of see where we've chatted before to make sure I remember things. But keeping tracking on this board is huge, because when I probably should have left all my sticky notes up there, because when I was working on people getting their jump starts and progressing to well, I do have one right here. I would write their name. This is important. The date that the quick start is over. I write the date that their quick start has to happen by. And then I would write 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I don't know if you guys can see that. It's terrible. But I write their name, I write the date their quick start ends, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, because you got to have, the 4 is the minimum. And then usually down here, I'll write down the points and add it up as I go to make sure that they're going to hit that 500 or 1,000. And I always try to get them to shoot for the 1,000 points, the $200 bonus. And then I've got like my different things from my order of successful communication. I've got stuff like that up here that we learned from Robin Packard, the 6 ways to communicate with people. Of course, being in Alaska, I'm not always face to face with a lot of my people. I have people all over the lower 48 and elsewhere. I have my different team members, their goals on this one, the ones that actually tell me what their goals are. But just keeping things in front of me, because I don't know if this happened to anybody else, but when I hit 50, my memory just kind of tanked. So it's like, if I don't keep this in front of my face, I'm just going to forget about it, out of sight, out of mind. That's a real thing, especially when you hit 50. But just, you got to track stuff. You can't just let things happen, because you'll never make it to Founders Club.
And I love that you said that, because you do have to be intentional. You do have to know where your people are. You got to know, how close is someone to their quick start. You got to know their deadline. And there's been times I've not kept up with somebody over the years, and they're maybe one away, and I look at their deadline and it was like yesterday or the day before.
Oh my gosh. I can't tell you how many times that has killed me.
Yeah. And I've missed helping people get their quick start for that reason. And, that's why it's important to have some kind of tracking system, whether it's a whiteboard, whether it's Post-it notes, whether it's a notebook that you're looking at every day, but somewhere where you're writing it down and tracking it.
Yeah.
And the back office has a good layout too to help you with that. But I'm kind of a notebook and paper or whiteboard. I want to physically see it on something myself, logging in and looking at it. So
I got to keep it in front of my face.
I want it in front of my face. You're exactly right. And, if you're intentional about Founders Club, that's something that you need to be looking at every day. You need to be updating it every day, because points can change daily with subscriptions. Even though they're not signing people up, those points can change. So you want to be looking at that daily, and keeping track of, now with the quick start bonuses being 2 levels, you don't only need to keep track of the 4, but like you said, you want to keep track of the points that are coming in, because we want to get that extra 5 points as well, and also help them get that extra $100 bonus to getting to 1,000 points. Trudy, before we wrap up, is there any other tips or nuggets that you feel like that you do that maybe other people that has talked that maybe don't do?
We talk about going live on Facebook. That was one of the things that I started doing more often. And I have started setting an alarm on my phone every day at 4:30. My alarm goes off. And if I have not gone live on Facebook and I'm not saying Zingular, don't throw up Zingular on everybody on your lives all the time, or they'll stop following you. But this could be anything from like I said, I live in Alaska. So like when the ice started falling off the roof, I went live. When my dog did something stupid, I went live. And I noticed when I started going live every day, or nearly every day, when I was away from home in San Diego with my son, I didn't get to do it every day. I was close, but that's when I noticed people started reaching out to me more. So me reaching out to them is more important, but creating your content and presence on Facebook is what draws them to you and getting them to reach out to you. I don't know that I'm doing anything else that anybody else is not doing.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
You're doing a lot that everybody else isn't doing. I'm
Oh.
just saying, you've got 206 points. You've earned the trip. You've earned the $300 cash, and you've already earned your first free night. So
Yeah.
that means that you've got 12 unique accounts with 6 of them. Well, 10 of them, 3, 4, 5 of them rank advancements, correct?
Yeah, right now I have 7 rank advancements and 7 quick starts.
There you go. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
doing something different that everybody else isn't doing. I don't have, I'm proud of you.
Well, keeping my, doing stuff every day. It's like you can't just work at one, it only takes a few minutes to wish somebody a happy birthday. It only takes a few minutes to do follow-ups, or to, we sit there and scroll for no reason on Facebook for the next thing you know, an hour has gone by.
Mm-hmm.
But commenting on people's posts, and especially on those lives, when I go live and people say something, it's important to reply back to them. It drives up the traffic, or the site on the video.
Now, when you
I'm
say
gonna
reply
crash
back,
Stacy's party too. When you get done, Stacy, I got a lot of questions.
okay, I'm done. You take over. You ask the questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh, I have a lot of questions. Okay, so what do you say anything on their birthday messages to get them to interact with you, or you just wish them happy birthday? Do you do it on their page, on their Facebook page, or do you do a private message?
I do not do it on their Facebook page. How many of you scroll through all your birthday messages on your Facebook page? No. So yeah, I go through messages, and I send the funny little avatar. Sorry. I started sending the one where she's throwing the cake. There's one on, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but my little avatar is throwing the cake and like has this cranky face. Happy birthday, just like that. And people just die laughing. Anyway, or they say thank you, and so when they respond, I send another, like a GIF, and I always try to find something funny. Don't just use words. Those GIFs, they stand out if I'm saying the right way, but like the Alice in Wonderland, you're welcome. Or there's another one where they've got the kid from, anyway, this other kid, and she goes, you got it, dude, or something. Find something funny and they remember that. So more than just saying happy birthday, they say thank you, you're welcome. 1,200 other people are going to do that, but if you send the funny little avatar or the GIF or whatever, that's going to bring more attention. But yeah, doing it on their page is not gonna, they're gonna flow right by that. They're not gonna see it.
Okay. Question. Are you doing everything on messengers, text, or are you making phone calls too? Like, are you
a lot of messaging and texting, and if I can get them on the phone, yes. Some people, and I have just tried just flat out calling them, and they won't, sometimes they won't answer, but sometimes they do. But a lot of or meeting them I always say, I really need to talk to you. When are you available for a call? or I'll offer to meet them for coffee. Or some, I always try to get with them face to face first is my preference, but you can't always lead a horse to water and make them drink. So if they won't, then I'll just keep messaging with them.
Okay. New distributors or new partners that you enroll. Like, what is your strategy for getting them from just signing up as a partner to that quick start to getting 4 people signed up? How do you go about getting them from just being a partner to those first 4 people?
Well, I tell them what to post as soon as they place their order. I say, okay, now we're going to make a post on Facebook, and I write it out for them. I hold hands like no others. I'm a mom of 6 children, so I mom them to death probably. But some of them are, they're like, I don't know what to post, so I give it to them. Say, okay, I'm so excited. I'm starting on this new journey. The mystery post. And then I give them the result photos to share, like my story and different things like that. And then I have them tag me, and then I help them interact with the people who respond.
Okay. So you have the two in the chats with the people that respond. So you tell them step by step exactly what to do. Yeah. Do you ask them any questions before they start about like what would the business do for you? What's your motivation? Anything like that? Do you find out from them what it is that they want out of this, or do you just start with that? Or what's so when they start asking about the products, we talk about products, but then I say, I always bring it back to the business, as far as, this is really great for you, but you've got some friends that probably need this too. And what are some things that, are you wanting to go on vacation this summer? Are you wanting to quit your job? That kind of thing. What are some goals in your financial goals that you might have? Okay. Do you have a few minutes? Can we open it up for questions for people? Because I know that
I got time.
Okay. I know that there are questions that people want to know, because she's doing it, you guys. Pick her brain. What is it that you want to know from her that we didn't ask already? Because I want to know. I want to know exactly what she's doing, because if what she's doing is working, we want to duplicate that. It's just like I did a training a couple of weeks ago for my team. I'm like, just find somebody who's doing the things and drill them. Say, if what you're doing is not getting you there, if the things that you're doing right now are not getting you the points, or not getting you the unique accounts that you need for this trip, it's almost June. Change something.
Mm-hmm.
She earned the trip in 4 months. She earned this trip with 3 months, 3 months and a week. That's what we have left. Mm-hmm. So what you're not doing, I don't care if you got 0 points, you can earn it. You've got somebody on here right now that has earned it the exact amount of time that we have from now until September 30th. What do you want to know? What do you want to know from her? Ask. We answered a lot, but is there anything else that you want to know? Because Trudy, can every single person on here do what you've done?
Absolutely.
Is there anything special about you? You got this secret network of people that nobody else.
I am a little crazy.
Well, we know that, but is there anything? But seriously, is there anything super special? You got all this network marketing experience, or is there something just weird about you that nobody else doesn't have? Or can everybody do it?
Yeah, I think they can. I still get stage fright when I get up on a stage. I am still shaking in my shoes when I'm talking to people. You just gotta smack fear in the face and stop being afraid that they're going to say no. And when they say no, stop taking no for an answer.
There you go.
I'm inspired because you live just north of me, and I live in an itty-bitty little town in northern British Columbia, and I'm totally inspired that you can do this from Alaska.
Yeah. When I started, I was okay. Who doesn't know my story? Okay. 2019, I moved to the middle of nowhere where you had to fly in and out. You could not drive there, to a village where only 15 people lived year round. Okay. From this village, I earned my first Founders Club trip. Only on my phone. I went into town 3 times. When I say town, I went into Anchorage from this village, and I only saw people face to face 3 times in that whole year. So it can be done
Again,
from
it's
the middle of nowhere. And now I live sort of, I mean, I have a hard time getting people to drive 20 minutes to my house. Alaskans are just so funny.
well,
But-
Stacy said no excuses. That's exactly what it is. You don't take no. You don't get up in the morning and say, "Oh, I'll just do it tomorrow." You do it every day,
Yeah.
and there's no exceptions. I mean, that's what you're saying, right? You do it
Yeah.
every
And I didn't stop working just because I earned the trip in January. I wanted to earn all the extra stuff. As a matter of fact, I was going for that suite, and I told Lori Ulrich so. I was like, yeah, I'm coming for you.
go for it. I believe you might do it. How do you those into yeses?
How do you turn no's into yeses? Well, you don't take no for an answer, but that means like, it usually means not right now. I don't stop talking to people unless they have to flat out say, I don't send me any more information. And even then I go, okay, no problem. Well, just let me know if you ever need anything. And like, it's funny because sometimes I'll see these people comment on things on Facebook, and I'll send them a message. I thought you said you weren't interested. So it's like, you just, I don't know. I don't think anybody hates me for doing that, but they haven't told me so.
Okay, so another
Oh no, I do not unfriend them. Oh no. Oh, hold on, I'm losing track of the questions.
Yeah.
So what I do, okay, so when somebody says no, we're not right now, or anything like that, no, I don't unfriend them, because you gotta keep dripping on them somehow. They might unfriend me, but I've never had that happen that I know of. But now I've had group chats where the person who's, the other person who started the chat was my friend, and the third party may have left the chat. Oh, here's something about that. The minute they start that group chat, I go and I friend that third party. I send a friend request to them so that they're seeing my stuff, because you never know if your other person's going to, fall off the planet. But yeah, if they told me no, I don't unfriend them, because I just keep dripping on them. But what I do is you can archive your chats. So just to make sure I don't offend them, because I did do that one time, I just kind of archive it. I don't delete it, because I want to have all that there. That way, if they can't, because I have had people tell me no, don't send me any more information, and all of a sudden they message me, help. And then, you can't give up. And I've said this before, I'm going to be here until I'm 6 feet under. I ain't going anywhere. And you have to be determined. When they want to wait for the results, I just don't let them. I say, no, you're going to use mine. And I just keep bugging them to share. And I have had some people who are pretty stubborn and don't want to share, but it happens. You're going to get those. But if you just keep gently massaging that muscle, eventually that muscle is going to give way. And sometimes you got to really dig that muscle. Deep tissue massage. I've got a few people that need it like that. But sometimes I am. And it's so funny because growing up, I wasn't like that at all. I was quiet, and I I was always like not wanting to ruffle feathers. I don't know what did it. I don't know if it was moving to Alaska or what, but I actually wasn't even this. I've been in marketing before, but I was not. And they always used to say I could sell ice to Eskimos, but I was not like this. Because none of my businesses ever went to this level. So I think it's a different experience. I think I'm finally listening to the advice and doing the things.
Stacey, ask if you're reaching out to people you may not know about the business for the business.
Oh, did I scroll the wrong way? I thought I saw all the questions. Okay, reaching out. Yes. So I am always looking for new friends on. Oh, did I mute myself? Nope. I'm always looking for new friends on Facebook, and when I do the little hey, red peppers or green peppers, which one's your favorite? Things like that on Facebook, and I'll see that somebody's commenting on my stuff and try, like one gal was looking, I don't know, trying to help her find something. I don't even remember the details, but trying to help her find, anyway. And so we started chatting on Messenger and just keep chatting and wait and about this, that, or the other thing, and just kind of lead the conversation around to health and wellness and talk about what I do. So redirecting people all the time in conversation. So yeah, I do talk to strangers. I talk to a lot of strange people. Yeah, I'm looking at my list here. 1, 2, 3, 4 people were people that I didn't know. Yeah, they were friends of friends.
Wow. Do you do anything special for personal development? That question's from Kelly.
For personal development, I listen to all the 9 at 9 calls. And Friday is my favorite day. I'm always like, preach. Every opportunity that I have to watch like the different things on the Singular, what do we call it now? Partner community. What is it?
Singular
FCC.
Development Community.
Oh, that's right. They kept it the same letters. Singular Development Community, watching so I'm in Alaska, 1,200 hours behind everybody else. And a lot of times, so we run this camp and I'm not always available during the day. But so I have to watch recordings. Like I hardly ever make this Zoom. I think I've made it. This might be my 3rd time. So I have to watch recordings just because that's the way the life is. But just because you miss the actual Zoom doesn't mean you shouldn't go back and watch the recording. So participating in, sometimes I'll see, oh, so-and-so is going to be on manager school. Oh, I'm going to watch that, So taking every opportunity to also, glean from the different people like Melissa or Robin or Heather or whoever.
Girl, I am so inspired by you, and I am so glad that you joined us. I love this Zoom, Stacey Loftus. This was great, and you picked a great person to come on here. Thanks for letting us pick your brain. Congratulations on what you've done so far. I can't wait to see you take that sweet away from Lori, because I believe that you can do it.
Somebody asked if I worked Singular full time. So I feel like I do, but not in the summer. We run this summer camp. But I have my phone with me, and I am like, if I get a message, I stop and check it. So I'm working it like all day long. I was only doing singular for a while, but this opportunity came up to do this camp thing, and I'm almost as passionate about summer camp for kids as I am about singular, and I couldn't say no. But it gives me the opportunity. Here's the other thing. It's not, it gives me the opportunity to meet a lot of people that I otherwise wouldn't have the chance to meet.
That's awesome.
So yeah, you got to get out there and do things, go volunteer somewhere. If you don't work.
For you, and I'm so glad that we had you on tonight. Stacy, you want to close it out?
Yeah, sorry, it took me a minute to unmute. So guys, let me tell you, if you didn't ask a question, shame on you. If you have a question and didn't ask it, shame on you, because Trudy has just came on and opened up her whole Founders Club keys and tips of what she does. So if I can tell you this, I know Trudy well enough. If you have any side questions after maybe you just jumped in and watching the recording, didn't get to ask questions live, she would not mind one bit if you reach out to her. She is awesome. She's an amazing person. So please reach out to her on the side if you think of something later, because we are all here to help one another. Okay, we are all here as a team in this group to help each and every one of you all to earn the Founders Club trip. And just like Melissa said, we are in the second portion of Founders Club, exactly from what Trudy did it in the first part of Founders Club. So that goes to show you, you use what she's doing, you use each one of the tips, the strategies, then there's no reason that if you're setting at 0 points right now, and you're probably not, because you probably have at least your subscription points at a minimum. So you're not setting necessarily at ground zero. So using the things that Trudy has talked about this evening, start implementing them now. And one of the biggest things that I heard her say, and that you've heard us say, and I heard just about every other speaker say, and you know it, is she is consistent. She goes after it like a bulldog. Every day she grinds, she gets those things done. She has what she needs in front of her. She has the people she needs to work with in front of her. And I guarantee you, if she's anything like I am, she's waking up saying, who am I working with today? Who are the people I'm working with today to help them get their quick start? Who am I working with today to help them get closer to manager or silver manager? I guarantee you she wakes up with that on her mind. And if you wake up, and I know this sounds crazy, but if you wake up thinking, what am I going to do today to help me earn Founders Club? Then the next day, wake up, what am I going to do today to help me earn Founders Club? Because I know that's what Trudy does. I guarantee it, because she is a bulldog at this. She grinds and she goes at it. And that's why she earned it as fast as she did. You be the bulldog like she is, let me tell you, you're going to earn this in the last however many weeks we have now, 6 weeks, something like that. So guys, go get it, go after it. We believe in you. If you need help with anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are here every step of the way, all the way to the bitter end, fighting and grinding with you to make it happen. You guys have a great night, and as always, God bless.
Thank you.